Welcome to my review of the LP Wood Tapa. Okay, so first thing you should know, the Wood Tapa sits on top of a snare drum. It becomes sort of a cajon-like sound on the top of the snare drum. You'll notice from the review that there are some differences. First thing I should note is the deficiencies or problems. The one problem I did have putting this on was that, of course, one of my snares, it did not fit. So it comes in two configurations, 8 lug, 10 lug. I bought the 8 lug. I have two 14-inch snares because these are made for 14-inch snares. And one of the snare drums, which was the Ludwig Acrolite, black acrolite in fact, it would not fit. So it would fit the lugs, but unfortunately once you put it on, you couldn't engage your throw off. So the throw off was too close to it. So you'd actually have to throw off in the down position, meaning no snares. So not really very useful. You could potentially tighten the snares up that way, but honestly, better to find a better snare drum. So in the end, I put this on my Dave's Drum Shop signature drum, which is made by TL Drums. And TL Drums, Terry Lorenzio, they make an awesome product. This particular drum is cherry wood, 6x14. So enough of that. Overall, I love this product. I think it really adds something to the palette of percussion things that I already have, percussion instruments. So I'll let you listen for yourself. Really, the point behind this video is to give you an idea of what this offers. Okay, welcome back. You now have the top view of the LP Wood Tapa sitting on top of the snare drum. It does use lugs, so they are screwed in. It's not tight. You don't want to go tight. You don't want to hurt the bearing edge underneath. I'm also sitting with a Milo bass box using as my kick. And then, of course, I've got the swinging brushes Cajon, just to give a palette difference, noting that different Cajons have different sounds. So this one will have its own particular sound, the swinging brushes. But again, it'll show you some differences between this Wood Tapa, the tabletop or snare Cajon, sitting on a snare drum Cajon, versus an actual Cajon. So should give you some pretty good idea of where it goes. You can use this with brushes, the Cajon brushes, or mallets, anything that's soft you can use to hit with it, or of course with your hands. So you don't want to use sticks. Anything that would hurt the top of this would not be good. LP says use something that is soft. So, and they recommend brushes. So here we go. So if we start with, say, the brushes, we can sit with, sort of a hi-hat sound off the side, and we're getting our snare in the center. You could do sort of a swing thing, right? Get the brushes going around. Of course, you could use the heavier baiter brush just in the center, sort of the same way we were doing. Nice louder sound, bigger difference here. And I should have said we're starting with the snares off. So there's many more things we can do with the snares off. With our hands, we now can, of course, play. Those are with the hands off. And then, of course, beautifully, you can use mallets, which gives just this nice difference. Okay, so that's with the snares off. And of course, no comparison to an actual cajon with the snares on, because of course this is what you're going to hear with the snares on. Okay, so keeping that in mind, we'll now turn the snares on, and here's the wood tapa with the snares on. And of course we could start with the hands. This would not be the way I would normally play it, but here we go. Now, obviously with brushes, we're back to sort of the same thing. You can do the swing. And we could also do sort of the standard beats when using the vinyl bass box. Put this to the side like we were before for sort of a light sound similar-ish to a hi-hat. Not trying to say it's exactly like the hi-hat, it is not. But it mimics that sort of feel. And of course, again, the louder with the Vader big Cajon brushes. And then that would be it. That's those are the differences. I mean, obviously you could use the mallets on here, but I don't think you'll find that they bring out the tone any better than the brushes. So again, if we were using the Vader brushes just by themselves, and we wanted to just use this similar to the Cajon, we would end up with something like, if we're using the vinyl bass box, and of course if we compare that to an actual swinging brushes Cajon, we would end up with this. And if we were just to use the Cajon, which is how I would normally play it, I would not use the vinyl bass box. I would use just the Cajon brushes and end up with something like. And of course, if we're trying that on the table hop with a similar beat, you're going to notice that you don't get that nice bass end off the wood tapa, the LP Wood Tapa. You're just going to get. So obviously that would not be the sound that I would normally be going for, but it could be in the palette of things that you want to do, but that is the comparison. So hope you like this video. Hope it gives you some idea of what's out there and what's available for the wood tapa for sounds, how it might fit into the palette that you're using. And I'll leave you with just the snares off and some playing with just the hands.